only Josh Tatofi.
What is up? Brother Billy, what's going on,
Josh,
man?
Christmas album, actually, right?
EP.
EP. Okay, so
EP
right in
album,
between. Okay. What are the name of the songs that are on the EP?
I did all classics. Santa Claus Coming to Town, White Christmas, Blue Christmas, um, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Just yeah, that was to name a few.
Okay, so
So,
if you are jonesing for those songs for the holidays, go pick up Josh's brand new EP that is out
yeah,
on
it's
all
available
digital
on
platforms.
all digital platforms. Go check
Ra,
it out.
between you and Amy Hanaili, I think you guys are the artists with most people seen most on Christmas specials and Christmas events. It's just like you guys are all over the place. First of all,
Yeah.
how's the holidays going so far?
It's great, man. For what it is, I can't complain, honestly. Um, all my friends, family are healthy. Small gigs are picking up as well, and yeah, man. For what it is, the holidays is going great.
All right, we'll talk more about the Christmas EP coming up in just a little bit. I wanted to talk to you today because maybe people know this, maybe not, but you are really into film and cinematography. When did
I
you
am.
when did you start to get interested in that? Was that
You
before music?
know, Actually, it was after when I filmed when we first shot Cool Aloha, my very first Mele Hawaii music video with Visionized Media with my friend Antonio and Sharon. When I watched them shoot the music video, that's when I was intrigued. Um, and kind of the thought of making a song and then putting the camera in my hands to also shoot that expression as well, I was mind boggled. I just thought it was like great satisfaction being able to write a song, sing it, and then film it, where I get the satisfaction from ears and eyes. So that's kind of where it came about around like 2015, early 2015.
So while you were watching them do this, were you also involved in the editing after all the filming was done?
No, that was my very first time even being introduced to camera and to light work. And it was on and off for about 2 years from then on. And then really started picking it up in the beginning of this year, especially through the pandemic. I wanted to kind of touch up on my craft, playing music, and some of the hobbies that I wanted to get better at. And that consisted of photography and cinematography. So I actually shot Mauli's music video, a song titled "My Reason," and we just got noticed. I think a couple days ago that it's over 1 million views. So that was a crazy one for me to just get that kind of recognition. And that was my first video that I shot completely by myself, produced it, edited, color graded it, and then released. So shout out to Mauli, my friend Glenn. Plus, it's a wonderful song. So I noticed when you have great music, filming is just easy.
Okay, so walk me through. For those that have not seen the video, we're going to have to ask you to storytell a little bit, and we'll show a little bit while you're describing it. But kind of give everybody a sense what kind of music, what kind of music video, what were you trying to project out of this, and tell us, did you enjoy the process?
You know, um, my mentor, Antonio Agosto, is very, I guess you could say, he's very mind headstrong and visually strong, and kind of he's one of those guys that's kind of like, hey, you don't have a certain lens, you only have this one. Okay, cool, let's do it. That's all you got. We're gonna shoot the best with it. And he shoots that type of style, So that music video, I was in Maui, and my friend Glenn goes, "Hey, are you interested in filming the music video for My Reasons?" And I had on my gear. I had on my gear at the time, and it's a country song. So Maui has a lot of country features.
Girl, you've been running through my head and feeling tired. Tell me why I think of you every minute, every hour.
But where we were, it was kind of like in the middle of Wailuku, and there's a lot of open grass fields, but not where it looks 100% country, And so we kind of just took a drive around Wailuku. The beautiful thing about camera work is that you get to frame things to make it look like what it is on a big screen. So if you get a chance to go look at that music video, when he's sitting by himself with that guitar, if I move too much to the left, you're gonna see the dog park and people walking their dog. But if I go a little bit too much right, then you'll see the yoga people and little kids playing soccer. So, and my mentor Antonio has always been like, hey, if you can fit the shot in the frame, that's all they need to know. That's all they need to see. So that was a trick one for me. But because the song, I really love the song already, it was easier to shoot and it was easy to capture the essence of the song. So I wasn't paying too much attention to what was going left and right, just as long as in my camera it looked like somewhere in Texas.
Who did the casting on this one?
Yeah, well, Glenn was the main feature, and then his um, cousin and girlfriend they play the B role of the relationship. And the thing about this music video too is he literally gave me like 3 hours. He was like, "Hey, can you do it today?" I was like, yeah, sure. Let's get the sunlight. Of course, because I need a certain type of sun. And that day, actually, everything worked with me. And that films, but you do some film work too. Sometimes that's just not on our schedule. Sometimes the sun goes away and rain comes, the clouds come. And that day was just perfect all the time, and it was a long day, so I got to film all the sunset work when it was supposed to, and I got to shoot all the B-roll at nighttime inside the house with some of the lightings that they had inside there. So everything really just worked to my advantage that day, thankfully.
Okay, so there's people that like go for years and years trying to learn the process, but it seems that you've caught up with it relatively quickly. What kind of studying, what kind of background work did you do to get yourself up to speed with it?
Trial and tribulations, straight up. Just go out and shoot anything, everything, and then find out. I guess it's the same way I took up golf. I guess you could say too. I just picked up golf in June, and you don't really know until you go out and golf. You can watch YouTube videos, you can study, you can do all that, but until you go out there and swing, that's when you really learn, and that's what I did. I'm just glad I had a lot of friends that were just down to have photos, and it was just a mix of going out there and shoot and watching videos, and then watching my mentor, and then watching other people, and then just taking bits and pieces that I like, that I would like to use, and then just going out there and shoot, and then learning like, oh, you shouldn't put your cell phone next to the camera when you're doing an interview because there's like a buzz, where their head should be inside the frame. Just all those things kind of just go as you shoot. Oh my goodness, I forgot the collar on so and so. She has bangs in her way. I didn't put that away. Those are the kind of things you just don't really find out until you go out and shoot. So just thankful for for friends that just allowed me to shoot whatever.
I imagine though, shooting Mauli's music video, you go from that to doing your own music video. That's got to
Yes,
be a little bit different.
it is. It's easier in a sense of what I'm trying to capture, but harder because I want to make sure I shoot it well. Because I'm such a big fan of people that do their craft well. So I'm definitely a person that's like, if I can't shoot this, I'll definitely bring in someone that can. So that's always my first look at things. Like if I know, hey, I can shoot this, then I will. But if I know wholeheartedly that I can't, I'm not gonna risk it. Especially for my own projects. Like there's people that spent years on this, and if I feel like I can't bring it forward like how I want to, I'll bring in the big dogs to do so. So yeah, I mean and I start next year with shooting some music videos for this latest album, Hōkū. So I'll be heading over to Kauai, maybe with a gaffer, and we'll be shooting the wahine there in Kauai with Kumulina Ala. So
Nice. Now I have to ask you, what comes first? Is it the lyrics or the music? And where does the picture of the music video come into play? Way afterwards, or when does that come about?
because before I added on the visual aspect to music, it was just music all the time, which I do. I would say now when I write, it's 75% music and 25% visual of what I want to see. And I just feel like if I can match what I want to see and how I want to feel when I see it, I feel like I have my work cut out for me. And it's a great advantage being able to write it and then shoot it, because I get to. It's like writing the whole thing from beginning to end, and you don't have to rely on someone to make sure they bring that vision that you had when you're writing it come forth. But like I said, if I feel like I can't shoot it or it's not bringing the light that I wanted it to, I'll bring in the big dogs and have them do what they do. Sometimes, there's eyes that you didn't catch. So I'm a believer in it.
So, what is the big dream coming up for you? Is it, of course, the music's still there, but I mean, in the visual sense, if you get a chance to do blank, what would that be?
I ultimately want to shoot um, short film. I ultimately want to shoot short film, or on a way long term goal, I want to shoot an actual movie. You know, and I think the biggest satisfaction I'd probably ever get out of doing both is being able to shoot a movie and then producing the music behind certain scenes. That kind of thing is just it gets me giddy really, because it's like either there's people that have worked to shoot movies their whole lives, and there's people that have worked to produce music their whole lives. And so for me to try and grab a stab at both, and then hopefully come out with a great product, would just mean everything to me. It's just it's two different worlds, but they run parallel. Film and music. People might say it's a different thing, but I honestly feel it's in the same part of the brain, where creativity is. So that's my long term goal.
I am imagining that since you started this visual storytelling process, that you watch movies now a lot differently.
I do. I mean, I do definitely still enjoy the movie, but I'm intrigued with a lot of like how color. I never took this into perspective. That color makes you feel a certain way. So when you watch like say a movie about warriors or Vikings, if you notice the color grading is always a lot less saturated, because it gives you this vintage feel, and it's like a scary song behind a scary scene. That's how I look at color now when I see film, because the color have has nice meaning, cinematic feeling to the film. Or like when you watch a romantic beach scene, the saturation is high, a lot more orange, a lot more teal. um, those colors through the brain and the music and the visual, all those things work together to make such a perfect scene. And to some, it might be like, whoa, like you're really dissecting like all these things, but that's kind of how my brain works now. Of why in this part of the movie it makes you feel this way. It's because the song is perfect, the actors are acting perfect, the color is perfect, and everything is just sits perfectly for this clip. And I just have a great appreciation for it.
Josh Tatofi here on the broadcast on Billy V Live.